Welcome to all. I am going to discuss about the mechanism of action of endocrine system. That is, how the hormones stimulate or induce the target tissue. When the hormones are released from the endocrine system, it carried to the target tissue or cells with the help of circulatory system. In the target tissue, it binds with such receptors. The receptors located either surface of the cells or within the cells. So, the receptor which located on the surface of the cells, they are called surface receptor hormones, and the receptors are located within the cells means they are called intracellular receptor hormones. In intracellular receptors, the receptors located either cytoplasm or in mitochondria or within the nucleus. Okay, these are all the two types of receptor for hormones. Okay, in this surface receptor, all the water soluble hormones are having this surface receptor, and fat soluble hormones are having intracellular receptor. Okay, what are the water soluble hormones? Peptide hormones, protein hormones and amine hormones. What is the fat soluble? All the steroid hormones are fat soluble hormones. In this, water soluble hormones cannot pass through the plasma membrane, so they are having surface receptor. But in fat soluble, that is steroid hormones, can pass through the plasma membrane, so they are having intracellular receptor. Okay, in this, except amine. What is amine hormones? Amine hormones means it is a amino acid derivative hormones or modified form of amino acids. There are two amino acids can produce such hormones. What are the two amino acids? One is tryptophan, another one is tyrosine. These two amino acids can produce such hormones. For example, tryptophan produce melatonin from the pineal gland, and tyrosine produce T3 and T4 from thyroid gland, adrenaline and noradrenaline from adrenal medulla are having surface receptor, but this T3 and T4 are acting as a steroid hormones because these hormones can pass through the plasma membrane. All the remaining hormones cannot pass through the plasma membrane, so they are having surface receptor. Except T3 and T4, it can pass through the plasma membrane like steroid hormones, so they are having the intracellular receptor. Okay, the next point, this surface receptor hormones are fast acting hormone. Why it is a fast acting hormones means this hormones acting through the second messenger. Due to the second messenger action, these hormones are acting very fast, so they are short-lived. Due to its fast action, they are short-lived. But in fat soluble, that is steroid hormones, there is a lagging of second messenger. So it is a slow acting hormone. Due to its slow action, it is also called lag period hormone. What are the hormones are called lag period hormones? The steroid. Why? Why? Because means there is absence of second messenger. So the action is slow. That is why it is called as a lag period hormone. Due to its slow action, it is a long-lived hormone. Now we will see about the surface receptor hormones. There are so many receptors located on the cell membrane, But for hormones, there are three receptors are present. One is G protein coupled receptor, tyrosine kinase receptor, and phosphatase cascade receptors. First, we will see this G protein coupled receptor. G protein coupled receptor is a transmembrane protein. It is having 7 domains. So this receptor is called heptahelical receptor. In the outside, it binds with the hormone. In inside of the cells, it binds with the G protein. Okay, this receptor is a signal molecule. When the hormone is binds with this receptor, the hormone is a first messenger. When it is binds with this receptor, the signal is initiated. That is, the guanosine diphosphate is converted into guanosine triphosphate and binds with this G protein. Okay, what is G protein? G protein means guanine nucleotide binding protein or nucleotide regulatory protein. This protein is a heterotrimeric. Hetero means different, trimeric means 3. That is, this G protein having 3 different subunits. They are alpha, beta and gamma subunits. In these 3 subunits, the beta and gamma is a stable form, but this alpha can detached or attached according to the signal of the receptor. Okay. This when the hormone binds with the receptor, the G protein activating the guanosine diphosphate to guanosine triphosphate. This guanosine triphosphate binds with the alpha units and detached and attached to the particular enzyme. That enzyme may be adenylyl cyclase or guanyl cyclase or phospholipase. According to the action of the organs, this alpha guanosine triphosphate binds with the particular enzyme. This enzyme become activated. When the enzyme is activated, this alpha units again attached to the G protein with the help of GTPase enzyme. That GTPase enzyme hydrolyzed GTP, guanosine triphosphate, into guanosine diphosphate. Then the alpha units again binds with the G protein. When the alpha unit GTP of G protein binds with the enzyme, this enzyme may be adenyl cyclase or guanyl cyclase or phospholipase. For example, if the enzyme is adenyl cyclase, means this adenyl cyclase can convert the ATP into cyclic AMP. It can convert the ATP into cyclic AMP. This cyclic AMP is a second messenger. This cyclic AMP is a second messenger. Then this cyclic AMP activate the protein kinase. Okay, protein kinase is a tetrameric unit. That is, it have 4 subunits, 2 regulatory units and 2 catalytic units. When the cyclic AMP binds with the regulatory units, the catalytic units become detached. This catalytic unit activate the phosphorylation. Phosphorylation process. What is phosphorylation? Addition of phosphate group to the particular enzyme from ATP. So this phosphorylation become initiated means the particular enzyme is activated. When this enzyme may be a phospholipase, means what will happen? The phosphoinositol is split into inositol triphosphate and diacylglycerol. So this phospholipase become activated by G protein, means phosphoinositol is split into 2 products. One is inositol triphosphate, another one is diacylglycerol. This inositol triphosphate is a sugar phosphate and water soluble. It can diffuse into the cytoplasm. In this cytoplasm, this inositol triphosphate binds with the endoplasmic reticulum and release calcium ions. This diacyl glycerol also release the calcium ions from the endoplasmic reticulum and also activate the protein kinase. So here this inositol triphosphate and diacyl glycerol are acting as a second messenger. Inositol triphosphate and diacyl glycerol is acting as a second messenger. So now we can tell the cyclic AMP, cyclic GMP, IP3 inositol triphosphate, diacyl glycerol are the second messenger. Now we will see about the tyrosine kinase receptor. This tyrosine kinase receptor having 4 subunit, 2 subunits located on the outside of the cell membrane and 2 subunits located within the cell. Okay, when the hormone binds with the outside the subunits, the inner subunits become activated. The inner subunits is bind with tyrosine kinase enzyme. When the tyrosine kinase enzyme is activated, the phosphorylation is initiated. The phosphorylation, what is phosphorylation? I already told, removal of phosphate group from ATP and binding with particular enzyme. When the enzyme is phosphorylated, the initiation of cell function is occur. Phosphatase cascade receptors also like a tyrosine kinase receptor. When the hormones binds with the outer side of the receptor, the inner side of the receptor activating the phosphatase enzyme and initiate the phosphorylation process. Okay. Now we will see about the intracellular receptor hormones. I already told some receptors located within the cells. It may be a cytoplasm or mitochondria or nucleus. They are called intracellular receptor. When the hormones enter into the cytoplasm, the hormones bind with these intracellular receptors. For example, steroid hormone and thyroid hormone can pass through this plasma membrane and binds with the receptor to produce HR complex. HR complex means hormone receptor complex. When this complex is formed, it transfers into the nucleus and bind with a particular segment of the DNA. That segment is called HRE, that is hormone response element. When the hormone receptor complex binds with the hormone response element, the DNA is initiating the transcription, that is it produces mRNA. This mRNA diffused into the cytoplasm and translation is initiated, produce protein. This protein initiate or trigger the particular function of the cell.